A lot of these cowboy poems that are humorous after the fact, when those are taking place, they are not funny at all. And this is one such story. He said, roping so much work, man. Think of all the money you spend on that mount of yours and that other horse and at the practice pen. He said, I don't have to pack no panels, hay, and all that other junk. Just a war bag and a saddle, and I can fit them in the trunk. When I hit the trail, I travel light just like a cowboy should in a Buick. The only horses up underneath the hood. He said, you got a sticky seat and pretty fast feet. I'll fix you up with a saddle. I'm telling you, pard, riding broncs is a lot less work than chasing cattle. He said, you think about it next time you're cleaning pens and hauling water. I'll be sitting down at Denny's with that pretty rancher's daughter. Well, it's the classic cowboy event with horse and rider like a dance. History's quintessence, the true Western romance. It was an investment in my legacy. I'd leave a picture for my kids. That's old Dad there in the saddle. But you'd swear it's Casey Tibbs. He said I'd be a natural. Swore I was built just right. So I boarded my first bronc one summertime Saturday night. All right. Turn your toes out, not just yet. Make it like a jockey with your knees. Keep them right here beneath the swells and maintain a kind of squeeze. Lean back, lift on your rein. Keep your chin tucked to your chest. Charge the front end with your spurs, and when she bucks, she'll do the rest. Nod your head whenever you're ready. And old Bill will slack the flank. Said the horse's name was Sheep Camp. That didn't sound too awfully rank. Maybe I've got too much rain. What was that you said? But as I looked again down her mane, the gate man saw my nodding head. I was thinking of the multitudinous ways I could have better spent my cash. As I climbed to the end of that rein and shot up over top the dash. And what happened next, I confess, is still a bit of a blur, but I knew that something had gone awry when I looked up and saw a spur. I did my final check for landing. Just before I hit the ground, I realized I'd hung a pedal, and so began the second round. She bucked and kicked to beat the band. Another lap she'd go with a ghost rider in the saddle and a loopy there in tow. How long I'd be able to evade her hooves, there weren't no way of telling. I just closed my eyes in desperate prayer, both arms around my melon. I could almost read my tombstone. I sure thought the end was near. Here lies a gent who should have been content with roping steers. At last, she mercifully stepped on my belt, which helped liberate my boot. She dropped me like a sack of maize with a raised tail salute. I found my feet and I could see I was limping just a little. At the south end of the arena with my chaps out in the middle. I set out to find my shirt. Just glad the nightmare had finally ended. My leg didn't really hurt, but it sure seemed to be extended. Well, I collected my shredded duds with my hat pulled over top my eyes and made my way to the stripping chute where the jokes were no surprise. Well, you didn't look too bad, pard. Your mark out was nice and tight. We'll fine-tune your leather a little and get you behind just right. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention as he handed down my rig. In the future, be sure your boots are at least a half a size too big.